Family is Snumsa here at Ngozi Talk Shows. Find your own voice, led from within. So I'm on my own today, guys, and it's Friday. So the topic today is, why are women so mean to each other? And guys, feel free to comment if you want to comment. Let me know your life experiences. I'm a woman as well, so this topic is very important to us as women. So I'm going to dive deep into this often complex of misunderstood dynamics of female relationships. So this video seeks to unravel the intricate web of emotions, societal pressure, and the psychological underpinnings that contributed to the phenomenon of female rival and aggression. It challenges the stereotypes and dive into the nascent reality of women interaction, whether in personal relationship, the workplace, or digital world, which is social medias. So I am going to cover the unseen understanding female rival, and how culture shapes conflict, psychology of female aggression, sister in arms, and the complex of female friendship, and in the shadow of stereotypes, breaking down the myth and the language of female bullying. So if I don't cover all these things, the list goes on. If I don't cover it, guys, don't worry, we can always come back to the video and try to actually understand. So let's start by focusing on the element that we want to talk about that is important to this video, which is the unseen battle of understanding female rival. So if guys, if you want to actually get involved into the conversation, please do get involved. I love to hear your stories, because why women are so mean to each other is very, very important to actually understand. Why do we behave as women? We behave the way we do, and also understand the roots of female rival against each other. And women have often, everywhere I go, women have often been pitted against each other, competing for limited resources, opportunities, and social standing. And do you think, in your own opinion, this competition has been always overt, or what do you think? Or is it because of the fabric of the societal norms of expectations? So I don't know. So I love to hear your own opinion, guys. In many cultures, women's worthy was traditionally measured by their ability to secure as suitable marriage, and also bear children or maintain certain standards of beauty and decorum, and also those benchmarks naturally fostered an environment of comparison and competition. So I'm not sure about your culture, guys. So I love to hear your culture, where you guys, because this video is being watched around the world. There are different cultures where we come from. And for me, where I come from and being in the UK, women, basically what I see is there is so much expectations from a woman. Like some cultures, like I said before, to be a good woman, really to be called a woman, you have to be a woman who is married. You have to get married. Like if I really, really want people to value me, I have to get married. If I'm not married, that means I'm not a woman of value. And that is some cultures, not everybody's culture. If I cannot bear children, there are some men basically, or some cultures where in-laws, where if a woman cannot bear children, they are no longer a woman. A woman has to bear children. But really, do we really have to be a woman? Like, if you don't bear children, are you like not a good woman? So maybe we need to leave that to God to judge, because bearing children, it doesn't mean that you are the best woman in the world. And also wearing the best makeup, the best designer clothes, it does not mean that you are the best woman in the world. But in this culture, our society, if you don't wear the designer clothes, if you don't show up, if you show up like into a party not looking good, people they don't even hide their feelings. They'll show you what they think, they tell you what they think, and actually, and then you get to feel the pressure. You get to it's basically bullying, really, really bullying. And I've experienced it myself. So if there's anyone who has experienced it, please do let me know your experience. I love to hear your experiences. I have no experiences of the part where I'm being judged for not being married. Oh yes, I have been judged for not being married, actually. I actually went to this business event. There were lots of women, we were sitting, lots of women, and then we got to Andy Harrington's business event. So we got to a place where we had to talk about our businesses, what we do. Imagine we are all like Black women and white women, all mix, Indian or whatever the race is, we all mix, but we come in one voice, coming for business. So we just start chatting and talking about our business, what we do. When it was my turn, so I was like, okay, I'm a love harmonist, I'm a matchmaker. So, and then I explained what I do for my business and stuff, how I save my clients. And this girl just looked at me and said, so I've been married for, she was like, I've been married, was it for 20 years? I've been married for 20 years. And I certainly do not need a matchmaker to match me. So I just looked at her, said, I thought we were talking about our business, what we do, how we serve our clients. And this woman, she was like, okay, if you are a matchmaker, are you married yourself? So, and I was like, no, I'm not married. And she was like, so how can you help me if you are not married? So I said to her, listen, I did not say I'm not in a relationship. And I did not say I was never married before. I was never been in a messed up relationship. So in order to be a matchmaker, you don't need to be married. You need to know the skills. You need to know how to deal with the clients. You need to know how, you need to have gone through that pain yourself, at the pain of not having the skills, facing the challenges as a woman, and going to the other side and climbing the mountain, finding that breakthrough. So I had to explain, and she was like, oh, okay. But the opinion is fine, but sometimes when I go to different places, I find where there's women, there's trouble. So you guys can actually you can actually comment the role of socialization and culture. Socialization and culture in our society, it plays a crucial role in shaping female rival. From young age, girls, and often taught both explicitly and implicitly, to view other girls as competitors. I don't tell my children to view other girls as their competitors. Where it's in the classroom, on the playground, if you go to the classroom, children are competing with each other from very young age with the grades. If you go to the playground, they are competing against each other with boys, teenagers, or with family members. Girls themselves receives messages about the importance of being the prettiest, the smartest, or the most liked. The list goes on. So do you think that when the girls have to go through that path where who is the prettiest, what is pretty anywhere? If anyone can, if you're watching this channel, if you can actually comment and tell me, what does it mean when somebody says you're pretty than other girls? You are important than other girls. You are the smartest than the other girls. I do understand that there are some children that are gifted, that they have this gift, that they find learning really natural. But do we really have the right to actually talk other people down and say, you know what, I'm smarter than you? I don't believe in that, because even God, he is the creator of this earth. He created the earth. He created anything, humankind, anything that is on earth. But he never looked people down. But he is the creator of the earth, the universe. He never really took people down. So is it right for people to actually look at somebody to be like, wow, I'm better than you? Like when you look at other women and we think that we are better than them, or are we meant to empower each other? So that's the question that I have for you guys. If you have gone through some challenges as a woman where you feel that people have looked you down, so please feel free to actually leave those comments about your experience. I love to hear them. And it's very, very important. I always tell my children that when she goes to school, I always say to her that there is no such thing as like you, a popular person, like you hear them saying, oh, my friend is popular, or I want to be in the popular group. So I always say to my daughter that, because she's older now, there's no such thing as popular. Of course, we want to be popular. We believe that we are the best than other people. But to tell you the truth is, every clever person, they have worked hard to get to where they need to be. And I can guarantee you that anyone, any clever person that are clever, they will not treat others like that unless they have some kind of maybe lack of confidence, just to bully somebody else because they are smart. I believe that smart kids, they are eager to help those who are struggling. That's what I've seen. But there are some people, like other girls, who will bully other girls because they're smart, or you find there's a popular group, there's that popular. But when it comes to God's eyes, for me personally, I always say, I really don't care how people think of me as a person, because when it comes to God, God is the creator of this earth. I have to unapologetic present myself for who I am as a woman, empower other women. I don't have to change my attitude, my character, to actually be liked by somebody. I don't have to change my character to fit in with somebody. I just have to be me. My character is okay, me being me. So I don't know, you guys, please feel free to comment if there is a woman out there who agrees that women they should empower each other. You shouldn't have to change who you are as a person so that you can fit into a certain group and be popular. I prefer not to be popular, just to be me. But when it comes to God, I know that I am popular to God. I know God loves me for who I am. So I really don't need to be popular. So you can actually, guys, feel free to actually comment, and let's understand the psychology of female rival, and that impacts our modern society and the social media. In today's digital world, the landscape of female rivalry has evolved. It is really is evolved in all our social media platforms with their focus on image, popularity. They have created a new arena for competition and comparison. So if you are somebody who is watching this video, I just need your own opinion to comment how the portrayal of women in media and popular culture influences perception of and fuels rival. And in your own opinion, if you can comment that, and also the role of our media and influencers, beauty standard and celebrity culture. How do you think it shapes and interact our self-esteem and our children? Because there are some people who actually, they take their own life because they believe that they are not good enough, they are not beautiful enough. I think there's been so many cases of people, children, like teenagers, they take their own life, and by just being on social media, comparing themselves with the celebrities. They compare themselves like you have to be size 6 in order to actually to be known, to be loved. You got to be size 6, you got to be size 10, you got to be when you are size 12, that means I'm size 12 and size 14. But guess what? I am still, if you look at me now, I'm so skinny, but I'm size 14. And I go out, I do my exercises, I eat loads of food. I don't think I can actually tolerate being skinnier than the way I am, that we call it beauty, that people call it beauty. For me, I don't think so. I think my body, and whether you are size 14 or size 16 or size 20 or even size whatever 100, as long as you are comfortable with your skin, for me, I don't think that women should bully each other and think that because somebody else is put on weight, they are not they are better than them. So I don't think that really is necessary in our society. And I think in our society, there's so much comparison, and the comparison, to me, when somebody compares their lives with somebody else, I call it is a thief of joy, because I cannot compare my image with anybody. My image, when my mother carried me for 9 months, she knew that there was going to be this beautiful baby that is going to be born. She carried me for 9 months, and after carrying me for 9 months, maybe she might have known that I was a girl, or she didn't know it the way. She was like guessing whether is it gonna be a boy, is it gonna be a girl. And the day I was born, there was a celebration in my mother's life, in my father's life. There was a celebration in my ancestors, in God's ancestors, my bloodline. People were celebrating that this child is born, the child that is Nomsa. And can you imagine? And then God gave me this beautiful destiny. And when he gives me this destiny, my destiny is written, who is Nomsa going to become. And then I come into this world, and then I allow another woman to actually compare me with them. I think me being Nomsa is important. I'm just speaking for any woman out there who who compares themselves with other women, who looks at magazines and they feel that they are not good enough, who goes on social media, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Twitter. They look at other women, they are like, wow, she's beautiful, and they start judging themselves. So I'm speaking for those women who goes to work and they get treated like they get bullied and they start thinking that I am not enough. But the words that you should be saying is, I don't care how you think of me. I get along with Namsa and I am good enough for me. If you believe that I'm not good enough for you, then don't hang out with me. Even with women, I've gone to parties where women think they're better than me. But what is better than somebody? This is where if somebody can explain if somebody thinks they're better than you, what do they mean by that? So all those things, just because somebody is wearing fancy clothes, it does not mean that they're better than me. So guys, the idea of this video is as women, we are not meant to actually compare our lives with the other women. We're meant to empower each other. We're meant to love each other. We're meant to accept as a person, as an individual, not to compare our beauty with the other celebrities and think that, you know what, I need to go and do my boob job because I feel that, well, when I look at this celebrity, I feel that the celebrity is good enough, is better. Her looks better than mine. And then I go under the knife just to be on the same level with the celebrity. I don't know you guys, but for me, I don't think that is necessary for me to do that. I shouldn't have to go under the knife. Hi guys, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, so much love. I don't think personally I should go under the knife and just for me to look good so I can compare my life with somebody else, or so I can be on social media, get more likes. I think if somebody wants to go under the knife, they should go under the knife because they feel that they need to make some changes in their life, and those changes, it has to come within. That I'm not changing it because I've seen somebody's picture, they're looking good. I'm going under the knife because I want to look good for me. I don't want to, I'm not doing it for somebody else. But unfortunately, we live in this world where there is so much women comparing each other. They compare their marriages with each other. They compare their husband with each other. They compare their cars with each other. They compare their high heels, makeup with each other. They compare everything, eyelashes, you name it. But come on, even Jesus himself, he's a very, very powerful man who never compared, who did not care whether he was rejected or he was accepted. He went around and did a miracle. Some places he was rejected. Some places he was accepted. So if you are a woman who is out there and you feel that people are being horrible, and you feel that you are not good enough, and you feel that you're not good enough, and you feel that when somebody says you're not good enough, or you feel that some people are better than you, have to ask yourself, are they your creator? Are they your mother? Even if your mom, when she feels that you're not good enough for yourself, you have to ask yourself, Mama, you gave birth to me. You tell your mom that you gave birth to me. If I'm doing this job and you feel that I'm not enough because I'm not a doctor or because I'm not a lawyer, I don't want, Mommy, you comparing me with somebody else. Just, you have to speak your mind. that you don't want it to be compared with anybody else or even in the society. But unfortunately, when we go to, everything that we do in life, we compare everything. And there's a silence of struggle where people they struggle, and unspoken toll of emotional rival, the feelings of jealousy, inadequate, and isolation that can stem from these competitive dynamics, or when people go through it. And if you have your own personal story, guys, please feel free to actually share your stories, how your journey has been towards with women and stuff. And for me, guys, I can tell you guys, I love to, if you see my pictures on my social media, I love clothes, and at the same time, I'm a person that minds her own business. I really, really mind my own business. When I dress up, I don't really dress up for somebody to actually think that I'm better than them. I don't spend lots of money on clothes. I always share with you guys, I don't. And so it's very, very important to actually when people are being horrible to you, or when you go on social media, to understand the intention of why you go on Facebook. Do you go on Facebook to compare your body with somebody else? Do you go on Facebook, or maybe if you are somebody who has a business, or do you go on Facebook to compare your post with somebody else? Do you go on Facebook for what do you go for Facebook for, or any part of social media? Or if you have a business, like myself, I have a business. They are my competitors. That helps me to grow. When I look at them, I just go and have a look. I have specific people, like as a matchmaker, that I look up to. And they are matchmakers as well. So I look at how they work, and I look at how they present themselves. And I don't want to be like them, but I want to improve. I want to grow, because they are my role model, but I don't want to be like them. I don't want to speak their language, but I want to speak my own language. So that is very, very, very important to actually understand the struggles, the silent struggles that people have to go through, and also struggles that are frequently hidden behind a veneer of normalcy. So sometimes people take their own life because they believe that the other woman is better than them, or the other woman, they actually they're bully. So towards understanding and empathy, and sometimes you have to address it. If you feel that somebody else is better than you, another woman is better than you, you have to recognize the root cause and the manifestation of this rival. So that will be the first step towards a healthier and more supportive relationship among other women, and also encouraging each other, and just helping other people that are facing those kind of battles. And okay, let's talk about how societal mirrors how culture shapes, how our culture is shaped with this social norm of women being mean to each other. And culture definition of feminine and success. So what is the definition of success? In different cultures, there's a different success, feminine and success for women. It varies across societies, but often include aspects like a physical appearance, marital status, motherhood. If I have children, I feel so important. And the person that is struggling to have children, it means that they are not a woman, they are not woman enough. That's what some cultures say. And that's what do. And sometimes it destroys marriages when a woman cannot bear children because they feel that she's not a woman enough. But guess what? The God that our Father in the Lord, our Jesus Christ, he does not judge anyone. Whether somebody has children or they don't have children, it does not mean that they are better than those who have got children and they are better than other people. It just means that our battles are different. It means that we are all in this life, we are on earth, facing different battles of life. Some people might have children, some people might not. Some people might have the opportunity to actually have these, they have the opportunity to actually work on themselves, to climb the ladder and find that success. But some people, depending where they come from, some people, they don't know how to climb the ladder. But what if you are a woman who is empower, just as a woman, you decided to empower those who are struggling to climb the ladder so they can be up there, instead of thinking that, you know what, I am better than you, or whatever people think. I always say to myself, I will never look down on anybody or any woman or any man just because I am the CEO at Hope Spring Eternal Introduction Agency. I'll never ever look down on that person, because when I work within my company, it's blood, sweat, is hard. And when I get the success, I don't think I have time to look at another woman and say, you know what, I'm better than you. The only time I have is to thank God for for pulling me out of these challenges and giving me this success. Because I tell you, it's not easy. Running your own business is a lonely world. So I don't think really I have time to look at anybody down. I don't have time, because my bills, my clients pay my bills. So that client that I look down is the one that pays my bills. So which means I have no time to look at another woman and think that I'm better than them. So, because success just doesn't happen overnight. We see people that maybe we've never seen before, they're successful, but we actually don't know their journey unless they decided to share their journey with us, or they decided to share their challenges, the challenges that they faced along the way. So I personally don't think I will be like a woman where I look at somebody else and I'm like, wow, I think I'm better. The only thing I can say is I can share, empower others how they can succeed and how they can actually work hard, smarter, to get to where they need to be. So let's go to the role of family expectations, the role of family and community expectations. It plays the role of, this role plays a pivotal role in shaping a woman's perception of herself and others. And also the pressure, the expectations, there's big expectations. There is pressure from family and community influence a woman's behavior towards each other. For instance, in some cultures, the immense of pressure to marry, have children by a certain age, leading to competing among other women. And this can cause anxiety, it can cause depression, it can cause some people compete academic, professional success. There might be yardstick creating different arena for rival. They compete in so many ways. I can tell you guys, it's exhausting. Really, really exhausting to compete against each other. I had my first daughter when I was 28. And I'm glad that I had my first daughter when I was 28, because at that moment I had worked on my insecurities. I had worked on I knew what I wanted at that moment. So to me, it was a blessing. But some people you'll find when they're 25, when they're 20, 24, 20, they're not happy. But the future is beautiful ahead of us. So why competing with the other people while you shouldn't have to compete? For me, I don't think I have time to actually compete. Even when I post my post on social media, I don't put my post on social media to compete with anybody. I actually post in my social media simple to empower other women, to empower my friends, to empower people in my community. Like, I come from Africa myself. From where I come from, one day when I go home, I would take some videos of my journey at home where I lived. I'm not a city person. My mom lived in the city. I lived in the village, and I love living in the village because I get to go and grow every food that I ate in Africa. We used to grow it. We used to get up at 2 a.m. My family will get up very early and go and just go to the farm and do some work and go home. After, maybe we'll go home around 12 in the afternoon, or go home around 2, or sometimes we'll stay longer, get nice food, we'll get some nice food and just take it with us. So that life, to me, it helped me to understand a different perspective of life. And also when I go to my mom in the city, what I do is I look at the city life. The city life is so busy. People go to work, and when they go to work, come back from work, they're tired. They just want to watch TV, or some they get creative, depending on the lifestyle that people are living. So that is the lifestyle that for me I grew up with. And doing what I do at Ngosi talk shows is not to show people that I'm better than them, or starting my own company is to show somebody that your culture does not define you. Your background as a person, it does not define you. The education, it does not define you. You can rewrite your own story as a woman and write the story that you want. Your past, you can rewrite your past however you want it. You can rewrite your story however you want it. So you basically hold the key. And these women that are horrible, you don't have to compare yourself, like to say, I need to get married, because if I'm not married, you know what, it's not good for my culture. Maybe I can say, maybe like having children at a certain age, you got to have children at this certain age. But now the technology has improved. You can freeze your eggs. If you feel that, you know what, I need to have children, but I don't have a spouse, you can freeze your eggs when you do meet somebody, and then you use your eggs and have children. Adopt. There's lots of things you can do in this world nowadays to have kids. So you don't have to feel pressured that, you know what, I finished school now, I need to graduate. After graduating, I need to get married. I need to do this, I need to do this. And this part of our society, the way things are, it was some of the things that actually helped me to wanting to travel, because I see my life, I was like going to school every day. And I'm like, I come home, and I see my siblings, I see my friends, their siblings, they finish school, they get married, and after getting married, they get jobs and buy nice cars, and that's it. And I look at my life and I was like, does it mean this is where my life is heading away? I'm gonna have to go to school, after school, go to college, university. After university, then I have to find somebody to marry, and that would be me done. I have children, that would be me done. And then that is success. That's what other people call it, success. Once you get married, they're like it. Look at our children, they're married. So God is the creator of this earth. Happiness is found when you learn the skills of loving yourself, unapologetic within. It's not found when you find marriage. Happiness is not found when you find marriage. When you are happy, whatever you go through in life, when you are happy, even if you are not married or your friends are married, don't allow the pressure of family members to say, some people are married, you need to get married. No, you don't. You get married when God says, here's the man of your dreams, go get married. You don't just get married to people so you can have problems. That's not why people get married. People get married not because they're comparing with each other, competing with each other. That's not the right way. So we get married because it feels right. Religion and tradition, and believe me or not, in the churches as well, in some traditional women are taught to be submissive and passive, and leading to indirection forms of conflict, such as gossip and social exclusion. Other women may be encouraged to be competitive, to be competing against each other, competitive in specific ways, such as through children achievement. Some people compete against each other. My child is better than yours. They're successful, they are clever, they are smart. We got to compete. But for me, what I do is with my children, I can advise every woman out there, I don't walk alone in my life. I walk with God. God, He holds my hands. If I can tell you that everything that I do in life, I have done it because I'm clever, because I'm smart, I'll be lying to you. I will be lying to you. I have done everything that I have done because of God standing by me and holding my hands. Sometimes life can be tough, even for my children. I pray for my children. Whatever they desire in life, I pray for them. And therefore, I cannot go outside and look at the other woman and think that my life is better than theirs. Because the reason why my life is the way it is. When you see Nomsa, you are like, this girl, she's gorgeous, she's beautiful. I love her. Wow, I love her post. It's just because God had mercy on me. I have learned, it's because I have learned to pray and fight my battles. I have learned to work on me as a woman and love myself more, unapologetic. I've learned to do that. I've learned to be the woman that I was created to become. I've refused to follow the path that is not mine. I follow my own path, regardless of what pain is a woman that I go through. I follow my own path. I've got girlfriends, ladies, I've got friends from churches, from you name it, everywhere. But I'll never compare their life with my life with their lives, because God gave them that life is specific as individual for them. I want my specific life as a woman. I want to live a life where I'll be happy. When I look at myself, I'll be happy. And that's the life that I have myself. It's not perfect for other people, but it's perfect for me. Because when God gives you life and say, He is your life, however you want to live it, but make sure that you obey my commandment, and you obey me as a person, as your God. There is no other, there is none like me. So those are the things that keeps me going as a person. If there is a woman out there who is being bullied and they believe that the woman that is bullying them, they are better than them, you need to look at them in their eyes and tell them, no, you are not better than me. You are not better than me. Your life is fine the way it is, but mine is fine the way it is. Or if you go on social media, guys, you admire a certain celebrity, how they lead their life. Don't wish to become them. Wish to know the secret. Research. Check the secret. Research the secret. Why are they? How did they become who they have become? There is a story behind every person. So try to follow the story. Use their story to create your own story. You don't need to say, you know what, I'm following this person, I'm going to start behaving like them, I'm going to start buying clothes like them, I'm going to start looking like them. You don't have to do all those things. You are okay as individual, and unapologetic, live your life and become what you are expected to be by you. What are your expectations of you as a person? Me, when I was born, I've got a mother, I've got a father, grandparents, siblings. They both, my family, my blood, they both played a part in my life for me to become the person that I am today. But now, I don't think my family will want me to live my life based on what they want. They want me to live my life based on what I desire to become as a person, as a human being. So it's very, very, very important as a woman not to be mean to somebody, because when we are mean to somebody, you have to ask yourself, why being mean? And also economic factors and social class. And in our society, there is a vast economic inequalities where competition for resources can be really, really fierce, often manifesting in rival. Similar social class can create a division, and among women, with those in higher class settings, standard that others strive to emulate or resent. So it's very, very important to actually, I know there's a higher class, there's a lower class, but to tell you the truth, in all God's eyes, we are all the same. When it comes to the kingdom of God, there is hell, there is heaven, there's a heaven, third heaven, and hell is the second heaven. So when we enter the third heaven, where God is, where the throne of grace is, God does not look at, we don't enter there because of we're smart or because of the things that we've done or because of we're better than other people. No, we don't. So whether you, even in the prime minister, when we go to heaven, we're all the same. So they can either have an opportunity to go to hell or to go to heaven. So those are the two choices. So it's very, very important we understand the importance of being a woman and women of value. Value yourself more. Because when you value yourself more, it's beautiful. So it's really, really, really important. And towards culture awareness change, also is very, very important to understand the culture roots of the conflict. Women can begin to break free if we get to know the patterns, the roots, and just build a healthier life and more supportive relationship with one another. There's that opportunity. There are some women out there who empower other women. I love that. I love when I see another woman empowering somebody else, not like looking at somebody thinks that they're better or I'm better than them. And the psychology also is important to understand the psychology of female aggression. And when we do understand the psychology of female aggression, it helps us to actually understand that what contributes to the aggression is among each other, is maybe it's the surface of stereotype to a deeper understanding of the complex. What's the issue? If anyone, guys, I would love to hear your comment. Is the nature of female aggression is like gossip, social exclusion, manipulation, people manipulating each other, thinking that they are better than each other. And the evolutionary and the biological perspective that might explain these differences, including like, if you guys can write that down for me, whatever your own things, but I've seen the stories like the celebrities, they talk about their story, how they've gone through to be where they are and the challenges that they have to face, being like sometimes being compared with other people. And also the emotional intelligence is a significant, is very, very important to actually learn as a woman, learning to express your emotion. Because if you don't, that can influence the aggression. So it's very, very important to make sure that we get rid of expectation. Somebody's buzzing, guys. I think I'm finished now. Somebody was buzzing. Somebody was buzzing. So normally, so I think I'm gonna leave it here, guys. It's so cold. I don't know why it's so cold even. Outside is freezing. So I think I'm gonna leave it here today, guys. I might continue talk about the stress as well. It causes the stress as well. Because if we are stressing each other and we are competing against each other as well, it can affect us, can affect our behavior, it can affect our self-esteem as well. And because we're competing and we're being jealous against each other. So so I think I'm going to leave it here, guys. And I might continue with the topic and do a part 2 and go deep more about how women, when we are mean against each other, how it can affect our self-esteem, competing and being jealous of each other as well. and the social learning aggression mentally, as well as how it affects people mentally. And those are the things that women need to understand, that there are so many things that, you know, it can affect, leave a person destroyed when somebody is mean to you. And it's important to know that I'm not sure if there is anybody who is better than anybody. All I understand, like, as a woman who empowers other women, I know that the skills that I have learned myself, I cannot use them to show off to somebody else. I can only use those skills to empower somebody, because working on yourself for personal development is not an easy journey. It's not a journey where I can look at somebody and look down. It's a journey where I can look somebody and say to them in my heart, I know where you are. I've been on that journey. You know, when you look at somebody, you look at their behavior, you start thinking, I've been there before myself, but I've managed to get out. Getting out, was it easy for me to go and look at somebody else, another woman, and look down? No, it's not. So for me as a person, I will prefer somebody to look me down, to belittle me, than me reacting to that belittlement. I would prefer somebody belittle me than me reacting to it, because if somebody belittles you, even God himself, he was belittled, he was rejected. So who am I? So it's very, very important as a woman, those who actually they end up being affected, their self-esteem, they end up suffer from anxiety because they look at other women, they thinking, you know, this person is better than me. Or when they walk, when they are in the crowd that they are in, they make you feel that you are actually, they're better than you. I'm a coach, I'm a relationship coach, I'm a psychologist. What else am I? I'm a matchmaker, I'm a love harmonist. But I can guarantee you, when I meet other women, when I meet my friends, I'm not a coach. I just want a friendship, because I work hard in the morning until I finish work at 6 o'clock. And sometimes I get phone calls. So I don't have time to play coach 24 hours to show off or to look at somebody else and think they are better than me. Because as I said before, the journey of becoming the woman that you want to become is not an easy journey. It's a journey that comes with challenges. It's a journey that comes with struggles. It's a journey that comes with joy. It's a journey that comes with the beauty of life, the beauty of knowing who you are, the beauty of creating your image. And if there is somebody out there who compares their life with somebody else, compare their marriages with somebody else, or you compare your makeup, you compare your clothes with somebody else, compare your car, your everything with other people, then you have to work on yourself. Because I can guarantee you, for me, I don't really care. I care about people, but I don't care how people think of me as a person. That I worry about, like my marriage, people comparing their marriages or saying their marriages is better than what is better. I can tell you, I'm just enjoying life. That's all I can tell you, that I'm enjoying my life. God gave me this life. So if I start comparing my life with somebody else, it's exhausting. So the best way for me is to enjoy my life, the gift of life that God has given me, the joy of life that God has given me. If I have a car, it's a joy, it's a privilege, and I enjoy it myself. And if somebody, or if whatever I do, if somebody wants to know, like, Nomsa, how did you do it? I just have to sit down with them, not to think that I'm better than them. Just sit down with them step by step and ask them if they're really ready to actually take that path, because the path of being NOMSA is not easy. The path of me smiling every day is not a path, it's not a path that I can say, wow, being me is easy. Compare your life with anybody with NOMSA. No, you cannot compare your life with me, because my image, in order for me to create my image, I had to sit down and I had to evaluate my childhood. I had to evaluate my ancestors. Where do I come from? All my life, I thought I was South African, until during lockdown, where I was like, my dad, he always spoke about he wasn't coming from South Africa. Where was he coming from? So I did some tests and some research, and I realized that my dad comes from, my mom and dad, they are half Kenyan, half Nigerian. So I'm half Kenyan, half Nigerian. So I was like, okay, so I'm half Kenyan, half Nigeria. That's my inheritance. So that means that there is a chance that I can actually inherit my roots. And Nigerians are smart, Kenyans are smart. So I can actually become the person that I want to become. Then I kept digging, and then I kept digging. Then I find out that actually my dad comes from a royal family. So I was like, okay, so there is a chance that I would have been a princess if my family's kingdom was still going. So then I wasn't interested of becoming a princess, but I was interested in knowing my roots, knowing what my family represent. I come from a royal family. What does that even mean? It means that I need to find my identity. And then I asked God, I was like, God, what do you have for me? Who am I? Help me to rediscover who am I? Who is NOMSA? Then I had to fast for 40 days. And in that 40 days, it was a self-discovery. There were tears along the way when I was discovering my true identity, my inner being, whom I have meant to become as a woman. And after that 40 days, it was when the last day, like my 40 days, I came now facing Lucifer himself. And imagine you come and compare your life, and you don't know me. You come and compare your life and think that maybe NOMSA, I'm better than NOMSA, or NOMSA, she is better than me. I'm just not better than anybody. The only thing that is different with me is that I've been able to fight my battles. I've been able to face my battles and to really get hungry, get hungry of who I meant to be. And when I faced Lucifer, there were so many things that I have learned through that process. Some of people, they sold me out because I come from a royal family. So growing up as a child, I knew that there was something special about me, and some people sold me out. I went to churches, and some pastors who are prophecies, they will look at me. They knew that I come from a royal family because I didn't know my background. But my family, some knew my background, and they kept it a secret. And they sold me out. And when Lucifer approaches you, Lucifer means he wants something. He does not want any joke. So I had to face him. And it was a very, very challenging and coming through that side. But I had people along the way. And I've learned through that moment, there was something that I have learned about God, that no matter how no matter who you are as a person, God will always choose you. But he chose me when Lucifer wanted to actually take my life with other people, and God stood and said no. And at that moment, when I was given that chance to live on earth, that's when I realized that actually I am more special. So if you are any woman that is watching this talk show and you believe to yourself, you think that maybe other people, they're better than you, start working hard in digging deep, discovering who you are as a person, because there might be more to life. And for me, that's why I realized that discovering who I am and the things that I can do in life as a person is amazing. So I'm sharing this story because there are some people that they look themselves down. I've never really looked at myself before I went through the discovery journey of me discovering, wanting to know more who I am as a person. And knowing that, yes, I can empower people, but am I really capable of being the person that I want to become? So those were the things that I had to go through. And when I go through and discovering myself, it was when you open the door, there's always a door of darkness on earth. So when I actually left that door of darkness, wanting to go to the light, that's when Lucifer confronted me and said, no. And that no one says no to Lucifer. And he was like, no, sir, join me, follow me. I give you everything that you have ever wanted. And God was there, but God did not challenge him. God knew that I could feel that there was this great life I could have with somebody that could accept me for who I am, unapologetic. So I chose God. I said no to Lucifer. But that was the time where he was like, no one says no to me. And then I paid the price, but I survived him. Imagine another woman comes to me and they think they're better than me. How would my reaction be? I wouldn't react to anything. I wouldn't even feel belittled, because I will cry out to God and ask God to help this person in the same way he helped me. Because when somebody still feel that they're better than somebody, it means they're still in the dark. But when I'm on this side now, when I'm sitting on this side, and when I see somebody feel that they are not good enough, my question now is, I just want to dig deep, find out the story behind that person, see if they can find that breakthrough that they need in life. I don't look at somebody down, or I don't get upset if somebody, I cried though. I went to my friend's wedding, her friend tried to kill me. And that moment I cried because I couldn't understand it, why she was trying to kill me. That was in August, I think, August or September this year. So I cried at that moment. And, but when I got home, it made me realize that actually I have to cherish every moment, because when I left home, I had left going to celebrate the wedding with my friend, but I didn't know that somebody would try to kill me when I was there. So when I go home, I was like, let me cherish the time with my family. So I'm sharing this story with you guys because if you are somebody who compare your car with your friends, you compare your marriage with somebody else, you compare your clothes as with somebody else. I went to this business event. If you go on my Facebook profile, there's a dress that I'm wearing is with gold, it's got gold on the thing there. And my friend said, I always admire, we're being coached by the same coach. So she turned around and said, wow, I saw your picture and I said to Des, I really, really like to improve my style. And I was like, what do you mean? And she was like, I love your style. But then I had to say to her, listen, you don't need to change your style. I love it too. I love yours too. It is so perfect, because she didn't know that her dressing was amazing. She's this woman who empowers other women, and she even empowered me as well. And I was like, you don't need to change your style because of my style. And I was like, I always tell, when I go to church, people always say, Nomsa, you look good, you look this. But I say to them, please don't go spend money on clothing. I don't spend, I love clothes, guys, but I don't spend lots of money on clothes. I I register myself on these designer clothes. I put my email there. Whenever they have sales, they send me emails. So if I look at something is on sale, I buy it. But I also have an app on my computer. So let's say if the dress is £500 and it's on sale, maybe 80%, and then it comes through to me. What I do is I press buy, and I go to my app that I installed on my phone, and the app will give me another 20%. And so imagine the dress that costs £500, I end up buying for maybe £50 or maybe £40. But when you see me wearing the dress, you'll be like, I want to go and spend money. I don't spend money. There's an app on my computer for those who are based in the UK. There's an app that I install on the computer. I don't know, I've forgotten what the app is called. So I install that app on my computer, and I put, like, I go each website where I like the clothes that I admire everywhere. I put my name on it. And there is another app as well that I have sometimes. Which one is this app? I have it on my computer. It's called Temu. Yeah, this app. Sometimes it will give me like a box, like the box will come as a gift. So, and then I press the box, and the spin in the box will spin. And that box, once it's spin, if something, let's say, is £100, I can get it for free, £1, or I can get it for free. And then sometimes they'll say, spend this money. So if I spend £100, I get £100 free. So, and then you look at me when I'm going out, I'm like looking so amazing, and you'll be like, let me compare my life with Nomsa. Please don't. When it comes to my prayer life, I had I go to MFM church. MFM church, we are prayer warriors. I go to MFM church. Tuesday, today's Friday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, we had overnight prayer, night vigil. It means it's a deliverance for every root, whatever the curse and everything that you go through in life. Rejection, you name it. So I do that. I do the deliverance. And when you see me coming online, I'm so confident, and you are like, I'm going to compare my life with Noms. I'm like, no, don't, because you don't know what I have to go through to be the person that I am today. So all you have to do is, Nomsa, tell me the process. Just ask the questions without comparing your life, because that would be a torture. That wouldn't be fair when you compare your life with somebody else. I have women that I follow on social media, and these women, they empower me. They help me, they push me to become the person that I want to become. I look at their lifestyle and I follow them, and when they're doing lives, I follow them. They talk about their story, and I don't want their story, but I say, God, give me my story. I know Joseph was the story of what's his name? is it Joshua's story. Joshua refused to be belated until he ended up in the palace. So when I look at the woman that I admire and I go to God and say, God, give me Joseph's story. And I don't give up until God says, okay, Nomsa, here's your desires. So that is the woman that I am. Like yesterday, I didn't sleep. I was praying all night. I went to bed just, I think, 2:30 or 3, and I was up by 6:30, 4 hours sleep. And before I went to sleep, I was an anointed child, anointed by God. And MFM Church is an anointing church. So I go to church filled with the Holy Ghost, filled with the Holy Spirit, filled with the anointing of God, of Dr. Olukoya, which is our Lord Jesus Christ. And then when you meet me and you want to compare my life with yours, that is a torture. So never compare your life with anyone. Guys, if you are looking for love, you can go to my website, www.hseia.com, and sign up for dating. And that is the matchmaking, guys. For those who are single, is matchmaking. If you need coaching, you can go to the website as well. There is a part where you can sign up for coaching and get in touch with me if you want to find your own voice, or simply you have a question you want to ask about your life and you want your life to be better, but you're stuck. Drop me a message. I reply to everybody on my social media. And God bless and live with grace. Have a beautiful weekend, guys.